Oh God, that intro song's so long.
Woo! It is long. It's good.
Yeah, I
It's,
didn't expect
it's
it.
enjoyable. There's very few of us here tonight, Joey. Apparently,
I don't know what happened.
yeah. I guess Russ is on vacation and Bob is on vacation and
Mm-hmm.
Zach is having internet issues and I got home from Elio about 3 minutes before we
Ooh,
started the show. I
was it
don't,
out of this world?
huh?
Was it out of this world?
Out of this world. Yeah, I'm honestly not sure how to feel about it.
Okay.
It's a great movie.
Ian just said it was a great movie. It was good and enjoyable.
Okay.
You can't help, and I feel like this isn't a spoiler, but like the whole movie, maybe it is a spoiler. The whole movie, I thought it was going to end a certain way, and it did not end that way. And I'm glad it didn't, because that would have made it, too predictable. But
Okay.
that's a good spiced rum right there.
Brain burst backing you up. Then you took kiddo to see it. Was it?
I think that's absolutely fair. If you wait till it's on, I hate to be the guy saying this to for Disney, but if you wait till it's on Disney Plus, you're probably fine. It was I enjoyed it. We all had a good time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm I don't want to talk about it too much because a lot of people haven't seen it. So, but we just I got back from Scotland, then I went to Vegas and I hung out with Joey Wright for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty fun.
We had some burgers together.
We did have some burgers together.
They were good too. You talked them up, and I wasn't sure what to think, but I really enjoyed the burger.
Yeah. We went to, oh man, I don't like dissing things publicly, but we went to Barry's Steakhouse on Friday night, and a year ago it was so good. It was like the steak I had was probably a top 10 steak I've had in my life a year ago. Mm-hmm. And then this time it was not good. I didn't think it was good.
I thought mine was fine.
Yeah.
I got a cut of meat that I don't normally like to get though. So like I thought, okay, this is I got a filet, which I think is people get a filet and they think, oh, I'm getting the best piece of meat. I worked at a butcher shop in my 20s, and I like strips, New York strips. That's my way to go.
I'm a ribeye guy. Guy, and
I almost got the ribeye.
I especially like the cap steaks.
Okay.
The ribeye cap, the spinalis. I've talked about that enough on the show where I'll get some and I'll grill those up or I'll do stuff with those. Because the best steak I've ever had in my life was at Manny's Steakhouse here, and it was the spinalis. But they do something special to it. But ribeye is my steak. I like that we have different steaks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got these in the mail. I got to figure out if I'm supposed to bring them to Chicago or not.
I will tell you what you need to do is pick up a silver marker, a silver Sharpie.
I just need to bring a silver Sharpie and a black Sharpie everywhere to all these things. The guy who won the black matte one, I was able to sign the silver one, but I wasn't able to sign the black matte one because we didn't have a silver Sharpie. So
and I went combing the streets of Fremont to try to find one.
That is
I found a girl with silver tassels, but not a silver Sharpie. Not a silver Sharpie.
That's not shocking. That's not shocking. Did I miss what his favorite about Denver is? The live event, maybe?
No, that's a Denver steak.
Oh, I see. They're talking about steaks. Okay, because I see Vegas baby here, and then I see Denver, but then it's steaks on either side. Okay, and then there's Chicago. I can't wait for Chicago on Sunday. Also,
Waz from Fantasy Life was giving me a hard time for not flying in for it.
Bob and Sal are flying in on Saturday, and they're going to go to a White Sox game on Saturday.
Oh, that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It would be nice to do Ketel Marte.
I was considering. I don't have a hotel room for Saturday night, but they're staying together. Okay. Bob and Sal. They have a 2 queen or whatever, and I'm like, I could sleep on the floor for a night.
Steven Johnson has a full basement. Maybe I shouldn't be advertising that publicly, but he does. That was gonna be my plan if I came. I was gonna sleep in Steven Johnson's basement.
Nice. Nice. Well, now maybe you should come in. What's the cost on that?
I don't know. I need to look.
I
Cost is my marriage.
yes, the no. Oh, last night. So last night, and so the first night back, it was like just me and my wife. And then last night, my grandparents picked up my son from his camp, and my other
Yeah.
son, Ian, is back now, but he was at basketball camp for 4 days. And
Okay.
so last night, my wife and I had the whole house to ourselves again, twice in like a 4 day span. We were like, whole house to ourselves. It was nice. It was really nice. But my son, so when I was in Vegas, my son's just always busy. My son had like 7 baseball games in like 10 days, and then he went to a basketball camp for 4 days, so he's exhausted. But I wish Zach was here, because then Ian's right over here. He could tell Zach how he did in his baseball tournament. Do you want to tell the people how you did in your baseball tournament, Ian? What awards you won?
Oh yeah.
You don't have to. I just
I can.
yeah, it was a good time. I'm glad I missed this tournament too, of course. Just tell them the 3 awards you won at the tournament.
Yeah. So our baseball team does awards after every game. There's this really cool bat that you get for the best hitter of that game. There's this really cool golden glove for the best fielder, and then there's like MVP for best all-around player. Our first game of the tournament, I won the bat because I had like 2 doubles. No.
And then second game, you won
I won the glove
for best fielding.
And
then what'd you win the third game?
I got the glove for the diving this crazy diving catch. Then I won MVP for the last game for all-around player.
Of course, I missed the tournament. He sweeps the 3 awards.
Ian, I want to tell you that I knew this because you have an amazing dad that was telling anyone that would listen to him in Las Vegas, and he was showing us. You had like an app. You were like following along, weren't you?
Yeah, game changer.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was so cool. But yeah, that's awesome, Ian. Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, thanks.
And then from Sunday through Wednesday, Ian got to. So I didn't see Ian until today.
Aw.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. He had fun. Wednesday through Sunday, he was at a basketball camp with his best friend, and it's at the college I went to. So they're down there in dorms, and they go to the caf. They can walk around campus. It's just like they do what they do. They act like totally independent kids for 4 days.
Played basketball
That's
for
fun.
34 hours total.
34 hours of basketball. Well, it's a basketball camp. You're gonna play 34 hours of basketball in 4.5 days. It's gonna happen.
Did you pledge?
3.5.
Did I pledge? No. No.
It's teasing me in. Who's that 4 days? Did he pledge?
No, but that sounds really fun. That sounds really fun for a couple of 12-year-old best friends.
Oh my gosh.
To be able to.
Did you guys just walk around like you were college students?
No. We basically everybody did the same thing. Like you just go to breakfast in the morning, get to the gym on time, play basketball. Then
you had to walk in between that because the dorms they were staying in were on the other side of campus from the basketball courts. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
And you guys just sleep in dorms?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Yep. They slept in a dorm room that was exactly like to a T. It has not changed in 25 years. Exactly the configuration of my dorm room when I was a freshman.
Was the beer can pyramid still there?
It was still there
When you left it? Was it? Okay.
I loved it. Like on the wall, there's like a shelf inset thing where it perfectly fits one of those super old school TVs that are like this deep, like it still has that and whatnot. But he loved the food there.
Oh, really?
They have great food at that college. They always have.
Oh, cool.
Just incredible.
And what college is it again?
Gustavus Adolphus College. It's a liberal arts school in middle of Minnesota.
Very cool.
Mm.
Glad you had a good time, buddy.
You know what I learned about Vegas, and we saw this in Boston and last year. We've seen it a couple places. The ideal configuration for these live events is raffle a bunch of stuff, but
Mhm.
silent auction or auction several of the big pieces.
Yeah.
Because you throw those all in the raffles, people aren't buying $1,500 extra worth of raffle tickets. They're just gonna, divest their raffle tickets however they want.
Mhm.
But when you do the raffles and paired with the auction, dear Lord, that raises a lot more. Vegas raised twice as much money this year as they did last year. Twice as
It was
much.
awesome. I was so impressed by Sal. Sal was just a force to be reckoned with. Next year, I need to redeem myself. I told Sal, I was like, I want to host the raffle next year. You do the auctions, I'll do the raffles. Liz also just knocked it out of the park doing that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I
But
mean, Scott, what a great event it was. Like,
yep. It was awesome.
I have a sneaky idea of something I want to do next year in Vegas, but I want it to be a surprise for everybody. But I'm gonna need your help.
That sounds
But
good.
I think it'll be cool. We'll do it.
I know not every city can do raffles, but the ones that do have raffles, there's a lot of Fantasy Cares money being left on the table by not having an auction. Also,
Yeah.
that is the one thing that we have proven in multiple events now that's a huge deal. Plus, I like having those because it gives people the option to bid on the thing that they want the most. You know what I mean?
Mhm. I'm waiting for Orlando Live. Zach's got that Penny Hardaway jersey. I'm gonna come to the table with some cash. Do you know if that's gonna be an auction or is that gonna be a raffle?
They have both abilities, so
Okay.
but it's just sometimes people don't want to leave some of those up to chance. You can throw a ton of raffle tickets in one, but sometimes people just don't want to leave those up for chance and they just bid it up because they want it. They get it.
I hope nobody's entering that QR code right now. That's the
Oh,
banner
boy.
from last night.
Ooh,
There we go.
It's the Kahoot. You can come over here and play, Ian.
I'm waiting for.
No, I haven't put it up yet. I do have a really fun category for garage trivia.
Ooh, a fun garage trivia.
When the time comes. The good one.
No. Division meetup, yes. Finish drafting, no. You make me throw something, Joe. You should come to Chicago. That's too bad. Let's see. No, I completely get it. It'd be fun to see.
I've not bridged the conversation.
No. I just got a message from Rachel Tootsie Pop that she just started looking at her flights. Every year for the expo, we end up on the same exact flights. We just maybe we just have similar travel mindsets. So she just messaged me that, and I think I've fully concluded that I'm going. Because I have everything booked already,
Okay.
Yes, I've been torn on it. About going to the expo again this year because I've gone every year but the first year, and I have a ton of fun, but it is expensive, and I'm gone so many weeks of the off season, so many weekends, and I don't know if I told you this, but I've likely added 2 more events. The stadium director for the Vikings contacted me. They're doing 2 fantasy draft events, and so that's taking out another couple extra nights in August. It's just I have so many things I'm doing that it's a packed thing. So I've been torn, but I decided it's gonna be potentially one last ride.
One last ride, you say?
One last ride, I say.
You say that?
I say that. Can I show what I made for it, Joey?
Yes. Show it.
I've decided to make a T-shirt for my one last ride to the expo, and I'm gonna have to present it. I did actually put it within the things, but I'm gonna present it. Now I made this T-shirt. I don't know how many people are gonna buy this T-shirt.
Oh my
It's
God,
not
you
a
can buy
job.
it?
What? I would
I
buy
can
it.
buy it. No, you can buy it in the shop.
Does the chat want to see this T-shirt?
I think they do.
Chat, I need the chat to confirm they want to see the T-shirt I made with my expert graphic design skills before I actually do it. Because I don't know. Let's see.
We do have a
Scampers.
drum roll. We do have a drum roll.
We do have a drum roll. Do you know how to do the
Want me to
drum
play
roll?
it?
I could.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna find
sure.
it. Bob
Sure.
showed me one time how to do it.
Yeah, go to media. That is probably more accurate for the cool shirt I made.
Let me find it.
Was probably more accurate. I think people want to see it.
I think they do. Oh wait.
This is really long. This is the longest drum roll ever.
Whoa!
It's me and
What?
Joey. Me and Joey and Stelma and Louise.
One last ride, baby.
One last ride.
So are you putting that in the shop?
I don't know that we can.
Uh,
I'm not sure that I can. But I really gotta say there should be a segment of the shop of my artwork. This is one of my favorite one I've made in a while, honestly.
it's really good. I mean, you can barely see Gina Davis's head behind your head.
Oh.
It's so good. So if you actually go through this and get it made, you have to get a second one.
Mm. Well, if I get it made, we will coordinate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just see us rolling into the Doubletree Hotel in our matching Thumb and Louise shirts.
Oh, it would be. Oh. Speaking of T-shirts, so
Yeah.
I went to pick Ian up from camp today.
Mm-hmm.
Someone was wearing the Major League SFB 14 shirt.
Nice.
Yeah. Met him. We said hi to each other, etc., and whatnot. He recognized me right away too.
Has anybody ever asked you what it's like for people just to walk up to you with your name on their shirts?
What it's like for me? I don't really think much of it, honestly.
Okay.
I think there was a time I thought it was kind of surreal. I was like, what is going on here? I have a lot of imposter syndrome a lot. But I think there was a time it was, a little more, but now it's just like, oh, cool. One of those shirts, but Minnesota, we have a lot of Minnesota drafters and it's kind of a hotbed for fantasy. And I'm on the radio and stuff here. And like, I'm more prevalent. Like the stuff I do is more prevalent in Minnesota. So probably out of all the states, more people in Minnesota know about the Fishbowl. So, it's happened. I've seen SFB shirts in the wild a decent amount, and I've had people recognize me in the wild a decent amount. I've been recognized not even for SFB before, which is that's always weird. Not weird, but it's unexpected, I guess.
I never get recognized anywhere except for the Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio.
Ooh.
When I walked to the front desk to get my ticket, I think you were with me.
I was. Yep.
And the girl's like, Joey Wright. And I thought I was walking on air. And either somebody told them, like, hey, the next guy that comes in, his name's Joey Wright. You should just say. But she knew who I was. No. She followed me on Twitter. She runs the Pro Football Hall of Fame's Twitter account.
Oh, that's
how she knew who I was. And she follows me, so that's how she knew who I was. But very surreal moment. So that's what happened to me once.
That is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Did I ever tell you my story, my sandwich shop story of the 50-plus-year-old woman, whatever?
Nope, you're going to tell me right now.
I have people in the chat. Do you know this story of me in the sandwich shop wearing my Mario SFB 9 SFB 9 shirt? I don't know if I've told this story before. I'm not sure if the chat knows this story because it's always funny to me. The Goat Meter shirt, honestly, I should put that in the shop. There's it's tough with the I don't know. I feel like we'd sell too many. Ooh, interesting. So you offered to share your breakfast at the pool?
Did you see the size of those breakfast burritos at Stadium Swim?
Yeah, yeah.
They were huge. And
Yep.
so I was asking that. I mean, I think I did ask Sean first, but yeah, those breakfast burritos go cool. And I want to put Sean's picture up. If you think his arms, like that's all Photoshop, no, his arms are that big.
He's a big dude.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
FSGA had we did our February conference there, and we're going to be back there next February for the conference. And that's what they had out for breakfast for everybody. They had 2 kinds of breakfast burritos and a whole bunch. They had a whole spread, and you just grabbed what you wanted.
They were solid. Did
Yeah.
you go down to Stadium Swim in February?
Yeah. Oh, not stadium. I didn't go to Stadium Swim. No. That was
Okay.
no. We were inside Stadium Swim. I mean, I don't even know if it was open. It probably was open, I would guess. I don't know. We did not go. I did not go out there though.
Okay.
I did. I spaced it. I did not get my Circa Survivor entry, $1,000 entry, for this year. So we'll see. We'll see if I figure something out.
I get big plans for next year. There's no way that I don't go. I was telling everyone at Vegas, like, oh, next year I'm going to go to New York City. Well, I might go to New York City too, but there's no way I'm going to miss Vegas next year. It was just too much fun and too crazy. Just insane things happened, and not that I can't really talk about. Like, there's nothing vulgar or disgusting. Just fun times.
No,
And,
yeah, absolutely. It's
I think,
just such a good time.
I think every Fishbowl Live though, like, has their fun. So
they do. I do think Vegas
this year
is going to slowly grow. I think it's just going to slowly grow, because I don't think it's going to, like, Cincinnati's growing exponentially. I think some of the Chicago grew. I think a lot of the cities are going to grow pretty, especially the ones on the East Coast where there are more people within driving distance.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas is kind of a travel one, and
yeah,
I think like each year it grows as people go to it, and then they're like, "I'm going to this again, no matter what." You know what I mean? It feels like the last 2 years, everybody, as they're leaving Vegas, they're like, "I'm coming back." You know?
What time is it? It's on. I have to wait till 10:00 to tell the story of the Lexus bar and what was going on up there.
The Legacy bar.
The Legacy bar. That's it. Legacy.
Oh yeah,
I have to wait
you gotta wait 3 minutes for what was going on at Legacy bar. The story, the recognized but not recognized story.
Yes.
Yes, Tree Warden Buck. I just mentioned it again. So I swear I've told this story on this show before. I swear I've told it, but maybe not. I've told it a lot in person places because people seem to really like this story. But so I am in it's SFE 9. I don't remember when, but it's that summer, whatever. It's SFE 9. I'm in a sandwich shop, kind of like a Jimmy John's or a Jersey Mike's or a Subway. I can't remember what it was, but I think it wasn't like a super name brand one. I think it might have been one of those, but I don't know. I'm in a sandwich shop. I'm in line. There's like 5 or 6 of us in line. The woman in front of me, she's standing there and she notices my shirt and she's like, "Oh, my son talks about that. My son knows what that is. It's, Scott Fishbowl, etc."
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "The Fishbowl, yeah, the fantasy." And she asked if she can take a picture. I'm like, "Yeah," because and she takes her camera, points it down in my chest, cutting off my head. Just takes a picture of the shirt without me in it, and that was it. And I didn't tell her.
You didn't correct her?
No, I didn't tell her. I just let her take a picture of the SFB shirt, and on our merry ways. But
wow,
yeah, that was one of the more interesting ones.
But yeah, I mean that's a conundrum. Like, do you say something? Like, I don't know. I think I would have done what you did and just not say anything and just have that story.
I think so too. Honestly, I think so too. It's I will mention
Mhm.
we're gonna have kind of a fun thing we're gonna start doing with the underdog satellites. We're not quite. I was hoping we'd be ready to launch this tonight, but we are not ready yet. But
Already.
I'm gonna give a tease to it that basically there's going to be an escalating scale to if you enter and how many times you enter, you're going to get certain things. You're going to get entered into certain drawings, contests, et cetera, et cetera. And we are able to track all of it. I can't start it. My son is going crazy over an NBA trade right now.
No, not this. I just want the Wolves to pick Liam McNeasley so bad.
Oh,
Did the Magic draft anybody yet?
Magic draft anyone yet?
No.
No.
Okay. Thank you, Ian.
The Wolves are up next, and Ian really wants Liam McNeasley.
Okay.
McNeasley, excuse me. So, yeah, but the underdog satellite, we have some fun stuff coming up. Let's just say, and that means if you join tonight, it will count. It will count. Anyone who's already joined, it will count. We just have to, dot some I's, cross some T's, and dot some lowercase J's and stuff like that before we fully do. But it's going to be fun. Tell people to join. We're going to have some fun with it. You want it is
awesome.
10. Do you want to tell what was going on?
Yeah, so we go up to one real quick before I get into the story. Tell Ian when Walter Clayton Jr. gets drafted to come tell me where he went.
Oh, Clutch Clayton.
All right. This is what I should say now.
Okay, give it to me.
Walter Clayton Jr. I don't get the NBA draft. Well, I get the NBA draft, but there's one part of it I don't get. It's just like the top of the top college players in college. Got Janai Broom. He's projected to be a second rounder. Zach Edey was projected to be early second
last year
or late first. Walter Clayton,
they don't know if Clayton's going in the first round, do they?
Yeah, he might be. Yeah, he's projected to go in the second. I just don't understand.
Clayton could be a Brunson, or he could bust out, but he could be a Brunson.
He could.
He's not just skilled. He's got clutch too, which I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't understand the top of the top players in college just being later picks in the NBA. Yeah. I just don't understand it.
Yang Hansen, 7'1".
Dang.
Get some height out there.
Actually, I don't wish I was 7'1".
What was that?
I for half a second I said I wish I was 7'1". Then I stopped myself. I don't think I'd want to be that tall.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'd like to be 6'2". Somebody's buzzing me. I'm gonna put my phone on Do Not Disturb. There we go. All right, let me get to the story.
Legacy bar.
Yes, Ian. Is Ian allowed to be in the room for this story?
He can be. He won't. Okay. He won't understand.
So we go
anyway.
Up to is it like the top floor of Circuit?
It is. It's the top
of the Legacy Bar. And we walk in, and I guess the prior year it was not as busy going on up there. The winds.
Oh no, it was.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't quite as busy, but that's because it was blocked off it was kind of just us, and it was the Chicago Blackhawks.
Oh wow! Last year?
Yeah, there was like a Chicago Blackhawks like postseason party thing, something. I don't know.
Well, this year there was a different group that was up there.
A different group joined us.
A very, very different group. Let's just say that it brought a new definition to having the fishbowl in Las Vegas.
Blackhawks draft party. That's what it was.
Black. There we go. Blackhawks draft party. Yeah. We walked into a swingers party at the Legacy and had no idea that it was going on. I feel like there was a code that we didn't know because nobody approached any of us and I think we're some good looking people. I like to think so. Nobody approached any of us in our group the whole night, but we got to see some sights, some
things.
couples just enjoying each other's evenings,
Yeah.
people arriving with people and leaving with other people, and it was interesting.
I saw one girl talking to a couple and hiking up completely to show goods.
I didn't
Which
see that.
I saw that. So
So I saw the wind taking many of clothing items away, and it was unfortunate because my hair was just like, what the is what's
yeah, mine too is
Kingpin?
all over the place. I couldn't.
Yeah, no,
Couldn't contain
Kingpin,
it.
Woody Harrelson's hair. That's what my hair was like the whole night because this is a comb over. Yeah, it was. But no, Vegas was a
Bill
lot of
Murray.
fun, and that was
You're
a fun
talking Bill
little. Oh
Murray
yeah,
and
Bill Murray's hair. Yeah, when he's at the bowling
Kingpin.
alley.
Yeah.
That bowling alley is in Vegas, I believe, as well.
Ooh.
I'm so scared.
Never been there. But no, a lot of fun little thing that happened there. But I'm glad you said it about berries. I didn't want to be the party pooper, but it was hyped up, and I thought, oh, maybe it's because of what I had for dinner last night. Because I went out. My best friend Siobhan came with me to Las Vegas. Brought him along. Everybody ended up loving Siobhan a lot more than me. I knew it was bound to happen. But no, we went to Best Friend over at Park MGM and had a great meal. So I thought, oh, maybe it's because I had a good meal last night. This one's not hitting as well, but okay.
I was not. It honestly was. It was a level that when I go back to Vegas next year for the live, I don't know that I want to do the Friday night at Barry's. Because that's a lot of money for,
if I could make the suggestion, I think we should try Best Friend. The chef menu is $75, which is less than what everybody spent there that night. Oh, just the meal.
Oh my gosh.
What?
I'm sorry. Ian just went crazy. Wow.
What a pick.
6'11", 18-year-old from France.
Does this mean we're trading Rudy?
Well, Naz Reid is a free agent too.
Oh no.
So
That means we're
sorry,
not
we totally broke in for a Timberwolves pick there. They took a center, and there's a lot of talk of trading Rudy, and there's a lot of Naz Reid as a free agent. So we're wondering what we're going to do with big men. It was fun, but I can basically guarantee all of us will be there next year.
Yeah.
I know Charch will be.
Siobhan said he's coming if he gets invited.
Nice. He was fun to hang out with. I like Siobhan.
He was cool. Yeah, he's a good balance for me.
Yeah.
He's quiet, reserved, kind of cool, stands in the corner, and then I just go.
So I don't think I pimped up berries as much as I just said this is what's going on. But I feel like I did talk up Don't Tell Mama a lot over the last year. I feel like I talked it up a lot, and I wonder how most people felt. Because I know like Kendall and Sam and Troy and some of them left a little bit earlier, and you and Liz and some others came later, and like the crowd wasn't there the whole time like they were last year. Like it felt like there was some in and out of it, and I'm not 100% sure how everybody. I feel like you loved it. I think we talked a little bit about it, and I had a good time. But
I'll say it's a major contributing factor to why I'll be returning next year. I honestly, it's something I don't even think I can really talk about at this moment.
Interesting,
because I've not processed it completely.
Yeah, I was able to very easily talk about it when I came back because it was my favorite moment of last year.
Yeah.
And this year, I think the only sourness I have for it was because of Scotland one day here and then 3 days in Vegas. I think I left about 11 and came back a couple times because one to see you and Liz, and then came back because I had forgotten to close out my tab. But normally I'm out till one or two or whatever.
We didn't leave till 2.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's what I did last year. But
I felt bad for you, buddy,
I was
because I knew you wanted
dragging
to
at a
stay.
level I did not feel like I was dragging so much. There was no bringing me up from that amount of like tiredness and drag. I don't like it just wouldn't have been fun. And then I would go to bed at 2 and wake up 3-4 hours later to go to the airport, and I will have been, in even worse shape.
Can I actually tell a touching story about Don't Tell Mamas? Because
Yeah.
you'll see lots of stuff on their Instagram and how fun it is and how crazy and how unbelievable it is, and it
Oh,
is all those things.
oh, hold up.
Go
I
ahead.
just gotta, Greg. No, it was awesome. I think most people liked it. It just it was a slightly different vibe. But I think that's because I was really, really tired. But people had a lot of fun, and apparently Joey's gonna tell what it was like after I left too.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell it kind of like a sad story. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to bring the mood down, but it's a happy story as well. It's no secret if you follow me on Twitter. One of my friends passed away a couple weeks ago, and it was really hard. Never had a friend pass away in that manner before. And we were big, and I've mentioned on the show before, I bought the Scott Fishbowl shirt. I'm a big Liverpool supporter. We were big Liverpool supporters. And this 80-something-year-old lady walks up to the microphone with her little walker and sings "You'll Never Walk Alone," which is the Liverpool song. Sang it so beautifully, so moved me so much. I went up to her after she had finished, and I said, I just want to thank you for that. It was beautiful. And I told her the story of my friend Brian passing away. And she said to me, I don't normally sing that song. She goes, I don't ever sing that really, but I know it. And something told me tonight that somebody here needed to hear that song. And I went into the bathroom and I lost it.
Wow.
Like that, because for me, that was Brian saying, it's okay, Joey, you're going to be fine. And I've never had like an experience that in my life. And that was just one of the experiences I had at Don't Tell Mama. So if you're in Vegas on a Saturday night, definitely go check it out.
Yep. The chat ringing in that it was Kenny's mom. I told you that on the phone the other day.
I did find that out later that it was Kenny's mom. Yeah. She was very sweet.
That's incredible.
I think I did scare her a little bit because I kind of was like, hey,
it was me that needed it tonight.
But yeah, it was a very neat experience, and
that's incredibly awesome. I was gonna say let's play some Kahoot, but Ian walked out of the room, and I know he wanted to play. So
let's get the code for everybody. We can at least get that part, and I need to do all the housekeeping stuff where I set it up and all that. Tonight's garage. Wait, put the graphic up. Part of the fun.
Which graphic?
You know the graphic.
Oh my gosh, yes, I do. If I can find it. Is it deleted? No, it's right there.
Better not. There it is. There. It's just the best graphic in all fantasy sports. Like it says everything.
It's shocking. I'm not paid for my graphic design work.
I know. Just insane. All right, guys, let's get this game. Let me get it started here. Get the code. I should have a producer by this point, Scott. I really should.
Yeah, we were just talking about this behind the scenes in the Fantasy Cares board chat or whatever, that we get emails sometimes, and it seems like people think that there's like 40 people working for Fantasy Cares or something, and there is not. there are like 4 people doing 90% of the work. That it's not graphics wise. Graphics work, there's a whole bunch of people just absolutely crushing it. But I mean like the store stuff, and the like any of the like logistical stuff, the legal stuff, the like all that. It's based like the live events, the shop. I mentioned that, but like it's like 4 people doing almost everything on those. But yeah, the graphics work. We have an awesomely big graphics team, and then we have 3 or 4 people with the building leagues and getting people in and into the leagues and stuff. It's mostly Hep and Justin Peak and Ryan McDowell and Chalk are handling almost all of that. Where's the T-shirt? Reebok Joe says. I don't know which T-shirt we're talking about. Oh, for the garage trivia.
Walter Clayton Jr. traded to Utah. Okay.
Oh boy.
Guess I'm buying a Jazz jersey. Maybe I'll wear that poolside next year. Walter Clayton Jr. Jazz jersey. Tonight's Wednesday night garage trivia theme. How I didn't think of this earlier, I don't know. Is minor league baseball mascots.
Minor league baseball mascots is the Kahoot. You want to play?
Fine.
You can talk. I'm sorry.
The enthusiasm.
Yeah, he said fine.
Fine. I've had a lot of fun looking at minor league baseball mascots tonight, and so I will give you the city or the surname of the team, and you tell me what the mascot is. Pretty simple.
Hop over here for a second. I'm going to refresh this one. You and Joey talk. Talk about push.
Ian, refresh me on wrestling because I did not get to see Raw this week.
Kieran's been pushed. Not even
Off the
joking.
cliff?
He now has a PLE match already.
Oh, really? Who's he wrestling?
Sami Zayn.
Okay. Oh man, Sami Zayn's gonna lose to him. Ugh. All right, Ian, I'm happy for you.
No, it only doesn't say the whole thing. What? All right, I'm gonna leave. I'll make it shorter this time.
It didn't take your name.
It didn't let me write the full thing.
Sean, that might be a question. Yeah.
You serious?
Oh, Zach, I saw your message. If you need someone to go pick up the donation for the Daytona Tortugas, I can absolutely go do that. I live 25 minutes from their stadium. So I can go pick that up. Just give me the details on what I need to do. Reebok Joe, I did not do El Paso. I apologize. I've got some fun ones. I think I got some difficult ones. I tried to pick ones. Oh, Tortugas is covered. Well, Joey doesn't need to do anything. This is my favorite thing in the world, Ian, when you offer to do something and somebody's already got it covered. Walter Clayton got traded to Utah, I heard. What's up?
It says Walter Clayton Jr. picked by the Wizards.
Okay. Did they trade him to Utah?
It also says proposed trade, and there's like a tiny thing that says proposed trade, and then there's the Jazz logo.
Oh, maybe they haven't.
Maybe the Jazz.
Oh, so yeah, Wizards traded it to Utah. It's okay.
I'm
I would rather buy a Jazz jersey than a Utah jersey, to be honest. I mean, I'd rather buy a Jazz jersey than a Wizards jersey.
Yeah.
No offense to our nation's capital, but just I don't like the Wizards logo. Oh wait, they're like the red and blue, and oh man, I do like that. Yeah.
You said you wanted to get caught up on wrestling?
Yeah, catch me up, buddy.
Dominic Mysterio got injured.
No, for real? Injured?
Yep.
Nah, he should be the champion. But go ahead.
And then Chad Gable is getting surgery.
What's happened to El Grande Americano?
Who knows? Like, I don't get why people think they're the same person, you know?
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know who I
feel like he can get a push now.
You know who I was telling Ian, who I think El Grande might be and should be? You want to say it?
So he said Ludwig Kaiser because he's been gone.
He's been gone. He went away right before El Grande showed up.
But then again, Otis also went away before he showed up.
The body shape is similar.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It is Otis.
I think it's Big E myself.
yeah. The body doesn't super match, but
all right.
Some good movies coming out the next couple weeks.
Oh, yes, there is.
Yeah, we got Jurassic World next week and Superman like 2.5 weeks from now. And
He has the
Mhm.
wizard's hat.
I'm looking forward to Jurassic. I give a pass to every single Jurassic movie. I turn myself over to it, and I just let it
Yep.
take me away.
I almost put this on the show the other night when you're talking about it. You're like, you were saying something about like they're all, not all of them are good or something like that. I'm like, they're like Star Wars movies. Like, most Star Wars movies are bad, but
There's been a moment in every Jurassic Park movie that I've loved,
yeah,
if not the whole thing. I like the first two. 3, I actually kind of like 2. I love Jurassic World. And then Fallen Kingdom is kind of where I get lost a little bit. But there is that cool scene with like the water that's coming down and the T-Rex puts his head down. And then what was the last one? I can't remember. Craig, where you at, buddy? Tell me what the last Jurassic Park was. The Fallen Kingdom was the second one, I think, of the new trilogy. But all the Scarlett Johansson talk about how she's always wanted to be in it and showing pictures of her childhood Jurassic Park tent. I'm just spoon feed me that stuff. I love hearing all that.
I'm in. It's got dinosaurs, man. I like
Me too. And the original writer's coming back, so I've got some faith. They are bringing a scene from the book that Spielberg was not able to make in the first movie. They tried to, they could not figure out how to do it. So we're finally going to see a scene from the book. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but we do know that's going to happen, and I am ecstatic because it's one of the best scenes in the book.
I'm excited. That sounds fun. Are you in there? He got pushed. I see.
All right, let's get on with the game. So this will be minor league mascots tonight.
Minor league mascots.
Kahoot at work.
Proposed trade to Utah. Chad apparently said that he did get traded.
But he's wearing a Wizards hat.
Yeah, that's how they do it when they get drafted.
All right. So the first city is Albuquerque. Is that the Comets, the Revelations,
I know
the
it.
Isotopes, or the Meteors?
Did you do it? Do
what?
Did you click the right one?
I just closed my eyes and clicked one.
Okay. So we have friends that my wife, the woman who is my wife's maid of honor. They lived in Arizona for a long time. They now live in San Francisco, but he wears an Albuquerque Isotopes hat all the time. Like that's his hat of choice.
Made popular on The Simpsons in 2003, adopted the name Isotopes. Albuquerque Isotopes. Let's see, we got in first place. Oh, our big winner from Monday night, a double winner. But we did get to give a Scott Fishbowl spot away to the second place finisher, so that was really fun. Chalupa Batman in there, Reebok Joe and Steve F on the board. Let's get on to the next question. Next city, Montgomery. Are they the Montgomery Flapjacks, the Montgomery Griddles, the Montgomery Biscuits, or the Montgomery Strudels?
This could be, it might be this. I feel like it's this, though.
I would like the chat to know that I tried really hard on theming names, and I'm really proud of myself.
I got it.
It is the Montgomery Biscuits.
It was one of the two that I think it could be.
Nobody said Strudels. I was the fourth one I came up with. Yeah, Montgomery Biscuits.
Another French kid. Wow. Wemby really opened the door here. Or Tony Parker. That's what you gotta pick.
All right, Jordan in first place. Obi-Wan Outlaw, not far behind. All right, let's go to the next question. Knoxville.
The Knoxville Johnnies.
Are they the Blue Bears, the Boxcar Bruins, the Grizzlies, or the Smokies?
This one's easy.
My boss is a.
This one is easy.
Go ahead. He says this one's easy?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll see.
My boss is a season ticket holder to this, and he has quite the collection of hats now. Yeah, it is the Smokies.
Yeah. Ian got
Nobody bought my bear.
Ian got it very quick.
My bear breadcrumbs. Nobody bought them. They said nay. Jordan is on fire. Jordan, he should be hosting trivia. He has more trivia knowledge than I do, I think. Reebok Joe in fourth place there. Obi-Wan Outlaw in second. Brainburst in fifth.
Was I supposed to give him access to the Kahoot? I forget.
Yeah. Is that how he's doing it? He's so sneaky. All right, fourth question. Nashville.
Tennessee.
Good job, Ian.
Nashville,
Are they the
Tennessee.
sounds, the lyrics, the honky tonks, or the melodies?
This could be
I
any of them.
clicked this one.
They are the Nashville Sounds. Are the Nashville Sounds.
What is that?
What is
name?
the Sounders? Which soccer team is the Sounders?
I don't know.
Is there
Seattle?
Sounders?
Seattle Sounders?
No, it's Seattle Rain, I think.
Isn't it like the?
Yeah, it is the Seattle Sounders. You're right. Oh, Seattle Rain's women's, I think. No.
Seattle Sounders is their MLS team, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
All
That's, Yeah. Chalupa came in with the men.
God.
Yeah.
Lupa, Batman. Shoot the
We
Batman.
follow women's soccer in this house too much.
That's not a bad thing. I went to a couple Pride matches when Alex Morgan was there. And then I was asked to no longer come to those matches because Alex Morgan was there.
Yep. Seattle Rain FC. They're 6th in the NWSL right now.
Okay.
So we're
This
both
is
right.
close.
We're both right. I just follow the women's side.
This game is close.
I feel like I was set up, Scott,
Why?
to not support the women. You set me up. Yeah. So whoever said the Altmans, yeah, I like that. The Nashville Altmans. That's a movie reference. Thanks for that, Retro Coach. That's a good movie too. I should have watched that tonight. All right, last question of the pack. Rocket City.
Rockets.
Mortgages.
Are they the Boosters, the Rockolas, the Trash Pandas, or the Glares?
How did you not put the mortgage?
Oh, I got it right.
It is the Trash Pandas. And I used their alternate logo because if I had put the Trash Pandas up, you would have gotten it. Because it is literally a raccoon inside of a trash can. And it is so cool.
Which team was that?
I played for my MLB The Show career.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
Played for the Trash Pandas.
no wonder you got it so quick.
All right. Let's see who won. I think we all might know. BTVO, YTKO. Obi-Wan Outlaw.
That
And for
was
his
good.
but barely won. With his third win this week, Jordan, congratulations, buddy. You are just the trivia master.
Trivia master, Jordan.
That's all I got.
That's how you
That was fun.
That was fun.
That's fun. I was going to do fishes and bring the Dory joke back, but I was like, nah.
That would have been
We're not on
incredible.
top.
That would have been.
Yeah, I thought of.
People would have liked it. But while we're talking about it, join our end of summer giveaway, fantasycares.org/campaigns. I think it's the only one on there right now. If you jump in that, you can win a Nintendo Switch at the end of summer. There's a whole bunch of other prizes. We'll have like signed memorabilia and gift cards and a whole bunch of stuff.
Very cool.
Also, scottfishbowl.com. Just log into your account, click Tadpole Bowl, and you can join the Tadpole Bowl. We had one draft in Vegas. We got one this upcoming weekend in Atlanta. There'll be one in Minnesota, one in Austin. I believe all the lives are full. We're just doing one division in a few different spots. But you can join the slow draft for the Tadpole Bowl if you like college fantasy football.
There we go.
Whew. Yeah.
Oof.
So, Joey, do you like this logo?
Let me see. I love that. It's a Wisconsin Badgers logo.
It is. It is.
That's beautiful.
For some of the college teams, we put the state behind it so that it's more obvious.
That's actually how I knew what it was because I'm very familiar with the shapes of states.
Yes.
I
I now want to make a trivia pack with a bunch of state shapes. What state is this, Joey?
Yeah.
and have it say comma Joey question mark at the end of it.
No, I think that I might bring that next week because that's really good. Actually, is next week 4th of July?
No.
July 2nd is next Wednesday. So yeah, I'll be on.
Yeah, the 4th of July is, I mean, it's 2 days after that, after the 2nd, if my math is mathing.
I think your math's right on that.
We do, we're a week and a half out, but on July 6th through the 7th is our SFB Podathon. I don't know how many years we've been doing it now, but Sal will be on air for 24 hours straight. We'll have all these cool people in the industry talking about whatever they're doing, fishbowl stuff, whatever it is. It's gonna be a good time. 24 hours of that.
Did you know I've never been on the Podathon?
Really?
And I've been asked twice, and both times I was in Colorado both times. So I was not able to bring my equipment.
Interesting.
But I'm waiting for Sal to reach out to me. I felt like him and I made a connection this weekend.
So Sal doesn't book it. Sal doesn't book it.
Oh, is it Mike books it?
Yeah, Mike books it.
Yeah.
I'll
reach out.
So
or I've got the keys to the store. I can just pop in whenever I want.
Can I be honest about something?
Gosh.
It's 10:30 at night. I'm still pissed about the 3RR thing. Like I'm probably the only one in all of SFB that's still upset about it because that's not what I wanted. And
the 3RR.
I didn't get to have the league I wanted. I specifically took it out.
I want to be frank. When you texted me on Saturday morning, I'm going to tweet out 3RR's canceled. I said, do it.
Yeah, the chat Saturday morning right before the Vegas live, and there's I think NorCal was live that. I thought about tweeting out as a joke, screw it, we're not doing 3RR. We're not doing it. Just to see the reaction. I probably should have. But I'm still upset because the people who didn't read the rules and made assumptions got their way, and I didn't get the league I wanted. Like, it's very frustrating to me. It's very, very frustrating to me.
I think you're just building to have 3RR next year and really, really surprise people.
Possibly, but I'm actually, like, there are times I get really, really mad about it. And you think I'd be over it, but I'm not. I'm not over it because it wasn't my plan for the league. So,
I'm sorry. I will support you in whatever endeavor you choose.
Yeah,
you know what, Scott? Now that I've drafted, go ahead, take it out.
This is where I made a decision to try to make the most people happy, and I stand upset.
I'm sorry, bud.
What was I going to say? I had something else before we.
Can I talk about drafting?
Please talk about drafting. I can't remember what I was going to say.
With the Ultra Flex guys, it's I know you guys have been out there doing mocks. It's interesting. It really is. Like, I really was taking players that I thought we were going to have a ton of volume, best available, and I didn't really care about position. And I feel like there's a little bit of a myth out there right now with quarterback, where people are not wanting to take quarterback. And I feel like there are like 12 quarterbacks that are worthy of going in those first 2 rounds. They really are. And they're getting passed by. So if I think there's a lot of value to catch on quarterback. I got Trevor Lawrence, I think it was like the 7th round, and I was very happy. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have a good year this year. So I think a lot of value everywhere in this draft. It's really fun. It's really fun.
I do think that's pretty accurate. It does feel like after you get past the 4 like legitimate running quarterback types, and they all 4 usually go in the first 2 rounds. Usually, once you're past them, it is a free fall for so many other quarterbacks that is just major value. And
Yeah.
I kind of like that the scoring did that. I designed it to do that. So but I like that, users, and I say users, but drafters, whatever, don't always do what you design something to do. You can make a rule in a fantasy league, but it won't matter if the people don't react to it the way you made it for. I like that people are actually drafting in a way that reflects what was done with the scoring, which is kind of fun.
That's fair.
I will say they're ignoring the safety of the quarterback position, though. Yes, they score less, but the floor is so dang nice on the quarterbacks in this because there's no negatives. But
JJ McCarthy didn't go until I want to say round 12 in my league, and I was really surprised by that because
that is insane because he's going to be QB 8 on the year, maybe QB 10. So
even if he's not what you're saying, even if he's QB 15, he still won as the 25th quarterback.
I mean, look at Darnold, look at the Cousins years, even look at Josh Dobbs and Mullins and all them with they had a lot of weeks right up there. And I think McCarthy is better than some of them. In fact, I might put McCarthy in his current state as number 2 in that giant list.
So there's value everywhere in these drafts. Unless you're drafting first overall, and then you have to draft the number 1 overall player, or you're losing value. There's no other way around it.
This is another honest moment here, but SFB is the ultimate take your guys draft, just in general.
Yeah,
it's an every year thing. You are playing against thousands of other people. Just enjoy. Just enjoy.
I did. Yeah. Sorry.
No. That's just what it is, and I'm trying to kick it into my son that even in your home leagues, just draft the players you want to draft.
That's what I'm doing this year.
Yeah, because that way, even if you have a bad season, at least you got your guys, and you have nothing to regret, and you have fun with it. So,
100%.
Yep.
I always tell people, if especially with a tiebreaker, if you're stuck between 2 guys, if one of those guys is on your team, just don't even hesitate. Just click it. Just slap that sticker or click that button.
Yep. Absolutely.
My team is going to be so good this year.
Joey, Ian, it's going to be so good this year. I suppose I can let you talk since you're just going to interrupt anyway. So. Go over here.
Can I give some breaking movie news real quick?
Yes.
Denis Villeneuve, the guy that directed Dune and Prisoners and Arrival, is directing the next James Bond.
Oh, interesting.
That's really interesting. They've not said that. I just see that he is directing. Bond.
So, Prisoners, decent. What were the ones you listed with that? The 2 Dune movies.
The 2 Dune movies.
Dune 1, okay. Dune 2,
Arrival.
garbage. The Arrival is good.
Wait, did you say Dune 2 is garbage?
Oh my God.
That's a hot take, Scott.
Dune 1, it needed to be a plain watch, and I enjoyed it mostly. Dune 2, I wanted to, I don't know, cut myself with a little tiny razor blade and pour salt in it to keep myself alive. I could not stay interested in Dune 2. I just couldn't. I know people like it. I think, I don't know. I'm making that up.
It was in my top 10, but it was towards the end of my top 10 for last year.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Now I saw it in IMAX, on the biggest screen possible, which is how that movie's supposed to be seen. But this brings into question: should IMAX make the movie better for you? Should that value? go into the evaluation of like this should be in my top 10 because I've definitely seen movies that were supposed to be in IMAX at home, and I'm like, that movie wasn't good.
Yeah.
Could that be a
This
factor?
this is a really, really good point when it comes to movies. Because there are absolutely movies where when you are in an IMAX or like a large DTX screen, whatever, just a
Mhm.
large screen, and you cannot go on your phone, you cannot get distracted by other things. You are just
Yeah.
immersed and you are in that world, that the movie is just better. But should that be like, okay, like you're judging movies on different scales at this point almost.
Yeah.
So like I totally get that. So part of my like Dune 2, I watched at home, and Dune
Okay.
1 I watched on a plane. And
The way he intended.
and if you know me, with how productive and busy I am, when I'm at home, I am doing dishes, I'm picking up, I'm cleaning, you know what I mean? So I could not stay interested. Retro Coach, I love Theo James. I just don't know that he's a good Bond. Would be a good Bond. But I love Theo James. I think he's awesome. So I'm in. I would watch it. Do you like Theo James?
I do. He was on White Lotus, right?
I don't watch White Lotus, so I have no idea if he was in White Lotus. Okay. He was in I'm trying to think of the one that I most recently saw him in that I'm like, he was really good in this. He was in White Lotus. He wasn't White.
Okay, yeah, I know he is then. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the Divergent and Allegiant series. The Time Traveler's Wife, he was really good in. I'm so mad that only went one season. I would watch.
I'm going to throw a name out for Bond that's a little definitely off the, and it was rumored a little while ago, but Dev Patel, like, let's do something a little different with Bond.
Dev Patel,
like,
that's here's the that's interesting because
it is.
Bond has this. I think Dev could do this sophisticated, but I don't know that Dev has the like over the top confidence. He's such a great actor. I'm sure he could play it. I'm just don't know that I've seen it.
Yeah. I mean, there's moments in Monkey Man and in The Green Knight where he definitely takes it up a level. Especially the confidence in Green Knight in the second half. Like, I think he could do it. And I think if they're going to pivot a different direction, I think it'd be an interesting direction to go. I see Jordan saying Pedro Pascal. Like,
it could be Chris Pratt who will do his normal voice.
I just, oh God. You know what? Aaron Taylor Johnson would be pretty good. Like,
I honestly, like, after what was the one on the train with Brad Pitt and the
Bullet Train?
Bullet Train. I'm like, yeah, he can pull that off. I think he could pull that off.
What's Superman up to? Not the new one, but the one that just
he's doing something.
Too good looking. You remember when Daniel Craig came into the role? People rioted. They did not want a blonde Bond.
Yeah.
And sorry, he might be the best Bond.
We are going to hardcore disagree on that, but
who's your best Bond?
Brosnan.
Okay.
But I do take the caveat that I understand those movies are a lot cheesier than some of the other movies. I just really like him in that role.
So this is more of a like.
This is Bond, not the movie. This is the character Bond, not the movie.
This is the argument I have with Batman. I think Ben Affleck is the best Bruce Wayne.
Well,
those movies are not the best.
It's a different Bruce Wayne. It is past his aging, past his prime, end of the run Bruce Wayne, and I'm totally with you. I love that character of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, but those movies are definitely not my favorite Batman movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could go down rabbit holes right now. but maybe we should. No.
And by the way,
Charlize Theron's
I'm fine with you saying Daniel Craig is your favorite Bond. I thought he was a great Bond. So
It might be the movies are the best. I just think those Bond movies are all except for what's the Quantum of Solace. That one's okay. That one's good. But Casino Royale is awesome. Spectre is awesome.
I think you can argue Val Kilmer might have been the best actor that played Bruce Wayne. Like best all around actor. Maybe not. Maybe that's really tough.
No, I'm thinking on it.
The more I think about it, that's really tough.
I think everyone that's put on the cowl has been good. I think they've.
I mean, Keaton's good at a lot of things, but and Clooney, like I love Clooney. Don't get me wrong. Did you see Wolves?
Yeah.
Did you see Wolves
with Brad Pitt? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really enjoy that. I hope there's a second. I hope there's a sequel to that. Clooney. I feel like 92% of the time Clooney plays Clooney. You know, like whereas Val, I've seen him do enough different stuff that.
The story of Val Kilmer auditioning.
I think it's Val versus Affleck for all around acting.
That's Bruce Wayne.
Oh my gosh. How did I forget about Bale? Yeah, Bale's better than them both. I'm dead wrong on this. I love Bale. Bale is more of my modern day Gary Oldman, but he'll never be Gary Oldman because Gary Oldman is everyone.
I thought Robert Pattinson was good.
Mm-hmm.
That might be.
Yep.
I have a really, really soft spot for Batman Returns. I love Batman Returns. It's so good.
It's good.
I think it's better than Batman, the Tim Burton's first one. I think Batman Returns is far superior. I mean, The Dark Knight's The Dark Knight, and it's really hard to say. I mean, that's such a accomplishment. But this most recent, the Batman with Pattinson, like it was like a detective movie, and that's what like the Batman comics were like. So I really, really loved the
I did too.
Pattinson one.
I did too.
It was like 7 with Batman in it. It's great.
Yeah, I can totally see that. Yeah, we covered that. The second it got mentioned, I was like, how did I forget Bale was?
The person I most associate with Batman though is not a face actor. It's Kevin Conroy, the voice of the animated Batman. Yeah. Like I've always thought
people love him.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. We talked a lot about Batman.
We talk a lot about a lot of stuff. It just kind of flowed wherever it flowed, but
it's like we like each other or something. That we just have good chemistry.
And here's the weird thing is that either of us can say opinions that we have that the other thinks is wrong or outrageous, or it's tough to be wrong on an opinion, but we're like, okay, it's just all right. That's your thought. I do not agree, but that's your thought, which is kind of nice. But if you
I don't think I've ever heard a movie opinion that I thought was completely unjustified. It's just a gorgeous shirt.
There's no other opinion to that shirt, honestly.
I don't know if this is a trivia question or not because I don't know if it's true, but a certain actor made I don't know if his debut was in it. It might have been like his second movie, but it was like his breakthrough performance. Do you know who it was?
As a Batman?
No. And Thelma and Louise.
Was it Pitt?
It was Brad Pitt. Yeah. I can't remember if True Romance was before that.
Pitt's abs are a little ridiculous in that movie. That movie and True Romance, his abs are like really popping. A little ridiculous. And he weighs like 112 pounds.
I was talking to, I think it was Charch and Liz, and I said that Brad Pitt is a character actor and a leading man with a leading man face.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah,
because he's really weird and he likes doing weird stuff, but he's just extremely good looking, and it almost works against him. Like Brad Pitt could have had Gary Oldman's career because he's as good. I think he's as good of an actor.
I think Brad Pitt's a great actor. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's a fantastic actor. He's just really good looking.
What? What? How did we not lead the show with this?
What?
The
NFL hoodies in
hoodies?
the shop? What?
The hoodies are in the shop now?
Let's go.
What?
No,
Oh my
Brad
god.
Pitt is not 61. There's no way he's 61, is he?
Yeah, it's probably close.
I hope I look like that when I'm 61.
Did you know
The
that
jersey.
James Roday modeled his character in Psych off of Val Kilmer in Top Secret?
That's perfect.
And it took the whole time, and James got Val Kilmer with a little guest spot on the finale.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I loved James' message when
You should go.
Kilmer passed away. That was really nice.
Good night. Yeah, it was very nice. I like Top Secret. It was one of those movies I really liked as a kid. I think that was an era of, and maybe my age, maybe you're like, I don't know, the age and the types of movies at that time, but like you kind of, as a like young teen or preteen or whatever, like you would watch movies and like you'd mentally put yourself into that character, like wishing you were that character almost. And that was it. That was in that group of movies where you're like, oh man, I was just Phil Kilmer and Top Secret, etc. And it was cool.
I used to jump off the bed like Patrick Swayze did in Dirty Dancing, like it was the stage. That was the character I put myself into as a child.
Sure.
It checks out.
SFBLA a couple years ago, Rode was there. James, I should say James because it's Rode Rodriguez. You know, he has both now, but James, and we're on a first name basis, so I should just call him James. James was at SFBLA, and so he brought what he said was, one of the guys from Psych, one of the writers from Psych, to the after party thing at SFBLA, and like I met him and talked to him. And he was a really nice guy and stuff. And so I'm doing my a more recent Psych rewatch, and it gets to the after show that I'd never watched before. Turns out, like, he's the original writer, creator. Like, he sings the song. He created the song of one of the greatest theme songs to a show of all time. And I'm like, well, at least I didn't I don't do this to anybody. At least I didn't fanboy out or anything, I don't really do that anyway. But yeah. Did you talk to Austin? But just speaking of,
I wasn't going to say it. Because I didn't know. I said hello to him and he walked up to us and he said, "Oh, hello, Scott and crew." And when he said "and crew," I waved to him and he gave me the head nod, and that was the extent of me saying hi to Austin Eckler.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean,
we gave you your time. We gave you the time. We didn't want to interfere. We were hoping he was going to walk over and say hi to us, but I guess he had to go.
Yeah, he talked to Liz a little bit, but yeah, he didn't. He was kind of on his way out. I mean, for the people in the chat, we were hanging out at Circa, and I was texting back and forth with Austin Eckler, and he was going to come over and say hi, and we were going to chat for a little bit. And it really did turn out to be just me and him, grabbing some space and talking for a little bit on the side.
With respect, there was a third person there.
Yes, his wife was there. Yes.
She was lovely to say hello to as well.
Yeah.
Very lovely.
Mel was very nice.
Yeah.
In fact, gosh, I hate being live on shows and saying stuff like this, but in fact, so Austin and Mel, and we talked a lot about stuff Austin's working on with his charity. And stuff, which is really cool. He's got some really cool big stuff coming. But so Mel was there too, his wife. And my wife could not care less about Austin and NFL players, right? Like, I mean, she would care, but it's not her bag. but
Mhm.
we watched the documentary about with Melanie and her sister. They were TikTok sisters and
Mhm.
had a following and whatnot, and her sister kind of sort of joined a cult. And when I told my wife that I had met her as well as Austin, like that was the bigger deal for my wife is
Yeah.
that I had met Melanie Wilking. Or I don't know if she's still Wilking or if she's Eckler now, but that was a big deal for her.
Yeah. But it was cool. It was cool to see him walk in. Um, I was shocked that because I'm not shocked. It was just like there he is. It was cool. I didn't get starstruck though. I was trying to think when we were talking like the last time I was truly starstruck, and I'm might have been meeting Scott Fish at my first expo.
No. I shook a
I'm
lot
trying to think.
into that first expo. But yeah, no, Austin and Mel were awesome. They're very
Hmm.
nice. They're very cool people. I think Austin and I are gonna, potentially work on some stuff.
It's cool.
But he's got some fun stuff going, and I like when I see a guy with drive and passion and heart in the right place and all that kind of stuff. And like fantasy cares what we want to do is inspire people to do good with this hobby, and that's what Austin
100%.
wants to do, which is awesome. And yeah, very, very cool. Oh man.
I have to ask campers a question real quick. Camper saying, I performed pretty high level JCVD karate in my room as a kid, slow motion shots and all. Did you do the split between two chairs? That's what we want to know, Scampers.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna perform JCVD at any level, that's got to be at least attempted. So
This did happen, Jordan. This did happen.
that it actually was a very cool night. You just peed your pants, and so it felt
Mm-hmm.
warm for a moment, Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Did Jordan's going to be? Are you going to any other lives other than Orlando, Joey?
I'm doing Orlando and if yeah, just Orlando. If I can't go to Chicago. I want to, but there's no way I can make it. And the weekend after I have to go to that friend I was talking about. They're having
So,
his ceremony, so I can't.
so can I actually?
Go ahead.
I'll ask you off air. I'll ask you off air.
Okay. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, we should. I'll be in New York. I'll be in Philly. I'll be in Chicago. I cannot. I know this sounds. Oh, they just had the player that Ian wanted on TV. I'm so excited for when Chicago's done, Joey. I'm so excited for it because I am home for like 19 days or something.
Oh, that's awesome, buddy.
Yeah. I get home on the 2nd and I don't fly out again until the 20th. So, I'm looking forward to 19 days of being at home.
Steve wants to go to NY, the New York live draft as a spectator. Do I need to buy a ticket? When I clicked on it from the website, I saw something about buying a ticket, but it was sold out.
Oh no. It's Cincy, which is done, and Chicago. Chicago you do because it's free food and open bar. So you need a ticket for that. Free food and open bar.
I can attest to Denver. I've been to Denver live. They put
I
on a
have
great
too.
event.
I was at Denver Live a different year than you were, and it was a very good event. It was a very good event. It's 3 drafts. It's smaller area, but it's a nice location, and they have food trucks outside. It's a good time.
Good people.
Chicago has changed so much every year. Like literally every year has been so different that even if you'd gone before, I don't think you could say Chicago is this kind of. Maybe you can tell the vibe, but all the Chicago years are different. This is the great part about the East Coast. New York and Boston. I'm doing New York and Philly. Bob is doing New York and Boston. Russ is doing New York and Philly. They're just, an hour and a half apart. So it's really easy to do multiple. I'll I don't think anything else to chat about. We can call it, Joey. You want to call it?
Yeah, we can call it. We've had some fun tonight. We've been here for an hour and a half. Already popped in. You're like, maybe we'll do a half hour, but we just love talking to each other.
I think that's it. I think that's it.
Mhm.
And people like those vibes. They like when two people have
That's why they're
friendship.
here on
Yeah,
Wednesdays. Russ and Zach and Bob, they missed a good time.
they really did. Cincy's on my to-do list for next year. I really want to go to
Nice.
Cincy next year.
Yeah.
That's the one I really it's just it landed on Minnesota like every year, and then this year it landed on Vegas. So
Yeah.
it,
I think I'll do Vegas. Definitely Vegas for sure next year, but I also want to do New York.
so those two will never cross because New York is always going to be one of the last two weekends, and Vegas is always, I think, always going to be the first weekend. So those two will never cross.
That works then for me.
Vegas is too hot in July. So
It was actually the draft day. We got hit with like this little patch of incredible weather. The wind was the only issue. The actual how hot it wasn't that bad at all.
I think without the wind, it would have felt so much hotter though.
That's a good point.
Yeah. I loved it this year. This year compared to last year, I preferred it this year. I'll take this year over last year a billion times.
Okay.
I have actually talked to a cruise company. I'm not gonna say who, what, where, when, anything, but let's just say there are wheels in motion that I never thought would be in motion.
It's exciting.
Yeah. I think we're gonna call it. I'm gonna click this button, and then Joey and I are gonna get out of here. Thank you to everyone for hanging out tonight for an hour and a half. Somehow we went that long, but we'll chat later. All right. Thanks.
Bye, everybody.